I loved fireflies because, I mean, it's a perfect example of how you can transform a space and how easily, like, you can translate that into other forms. Like, you can transform a city like that, you can transform agricultural space like that. And pretty much what their big focus was on permaculture, and permaculture is not a new technique, but it's pretty much working with your environment to create a sustainable community. So they created a food forest essentially, which was amazing, and they turned pretty much this empty agricultural space into a forest that has hundreds of different species and birds and wildlife, which is amazing. And I think that's something you can do in any kind of space, and transforming the environment to provide for the environment and provide for yourselves was amazing. And I thought that was a really cool experience, just to be there and to see like the fruits of their labor pretty much take forth after like 15 years. And so I think it's great potential for any place to do so. And that's what I really liked about Fireflies foremost, and the dedication to interfaith celebration and culture. I thought it was really cool.
So I really like northern India because we've been able to see how green everything is. We've been able to just kind of be in, surrounded by the jungle, surrounded by the forest. We're sitting on about, I forget how many acres this place is, but it's, so much acres of just food. To kind of know that we're at a site, Navdanya, that has trained close to 1 million farmers on organic farming, and is feeding people and is doing it in a way that is, eco-friendly, that really sort of not contaminates the earth, but returns to the earth the food that we take from it. So it's been really beautiful. It's also, I think, one of the experiences that we've had that was really powerful was going to the Ganga River and participating in the Aarti celebration, is the ceremony where they pay homage to the river. And once again, they do this every night, and it's to remind people we're all connected, and we need to respect the different elements. And so it was really beautiful to be a part of that ceremony and to just see this beautiful river, the water that comes from the glaciers of the Himalaya mountains, to know that we're surrounded by that. It's been really beautiful. I like the north a lot.
Working at Navdanya has been, I think it's been a great experience, I guess, learning how, the basics of farming, but how I can kind of translate that back into like LMU or to Loyola Marymount, to LA, or to the city at large, and how can I be an organic farmer on a broader scale? I know, like, I manage the garden on campus, but how can I kind of serve the greater community and serve myself at the same time spiritually? So I think it's been a great experience to like learn how to transform a space from inorganic to organic, and what that actually means to me, and like being chemical free and being pesticide free is really the most important thing to me, and which is really what I define what organic is. Even though the US doesn't really define organic in the same way, I believe that there shouldn't be any fertilizers or chemicals used in the production of food, because if we can't ourselves like eat it or use it, then why would we put it on the plants and poison the environment? So this has been a great place to kind of explore that issue and to see like it's working. Organic farming is really successful and people can do it and people are doing it, and I think we just need to take a step back sometimes and like slow things down a bit, and I think it's also been great learning about the different plants here that they use, and culturally like it's different than what we have in the States, but then they pretty much, I really like what Jeet Paul was saying about how they utilize like the entirety of the plants and they don't waste anything. Say like the amaranth, which provides the seeds and provides the grain, but also the leaves provide nutrition as well, and the roots, and you can use all of the plant, and so there's nothing that really goes to waste here. And really, I appreciate that, because I mean, knowing that we waste like 40% of our food in the US, and these people reuse all this food, and whatever's wasted, I guess, goes compost, and so nothing's actually really wasted here. And I think it's a really great thing, and that we should take back as well.
Well, I'm a gardener. I love to garden. I come from a family of farmers, of gardeners, so I have my own garden. And I'm getting more into seed saving. So for me, coming to Navdanya was really to learn how farmers are doing it here, how they save seeds, what are the different ways of composting, different integrated pest management, how to not use fertilizers and pesticides. In return to LA, this is something that I continue to promote with people, in East LA, in South LA where I grew up, where we don't have access to healthy food, where we don't have access to community gardens, to land like this, to grow our own food, but there's still ways that we can do container gardening and just promote, healthy living, knowing that, as immigrant communities is really important. We can still grow our own food with very little resources, and use our power as consumers to say, no, I'm not going to purchase things that are not healthy for me, that are causing us, to develop diseases, illnesses, cancers from all the toxins. So I really want to promote that. I want to start that, with myself. I definitely, make an effort, and I want to continue to do that. I want to spread that to my family, because my family is low income, and some, organic, buying organic produce isn't something that's accessible to them. So I want to make sure that, can we grow our own food? Can we do it in different ways? And I just want to fight on a systemic level. I think everybody should have access to this. It should not just be the privileged. It should not just be the West Side that has access to healthy foods, that has access to land to be able to, get, capture rainwater and all that. So I think it's really important that we advocate at a city level, that we continue to fight to make LA a GMO-free city, that we continue to fight agribusiness like Monsanto, because we're all consumers, so we all have that power to do that. And try to fight that farmers markets accept food stamps, accept the SNAP program, so that low-income people are able to also purchase organic produce, and at an affordable level.
I think what I've learned most being in India, I know that it's definitely a place that has called me here, that I've always wanted to go to, mainly because of this connection between spirituality and the environment. And I guess for myself, that was the spirituality aspect was definitely lacking, and my connection to these issues in my body was distant. I was really interested and passionate about all these issues and farmers' rights and organic farming, but I think I never really made that connection between like how do I respect my own body and respect like my own growth at the same time while promoting these issues. And I think going into Rishikesh and learning what the gurus have said, and I think I really take that to heart, and balancing those two worlds and remembering that I am grounded here and I need to take care of my own temple, my own body. At the same time, the environment is really important, and I've really kind of overlooked my own personal health and spiritual health at the expense, so I can invest myself in the environment. But I know I am part of the environment, my body's part of the environment, and I need to take care of myself in order to take care of the environment. So that's really what's important, I think, from what I've gotten from India.